In section 5.3, we're looking at multiplication of decimals, area, and circumference of circles. So beginning with these multiplications, 7.3 multiplied by 0.9, 3 times 9 is 27, and 63 plus 2 is 65. Now, I look at these two decimal places in the factors, and I need to place the decimal point in my product such that I have the same number. So there's two decimal places here, there's two decimal places here. Now the sign rules stay the same, and negative times a positive gives me a negative product. Next I'm going to multiply 18.23 times 6.5. Notice I'm not lining up the decimal points. So first I'm going to multiply through by 5, and then I'm going to multiply through by 6. So 5 times 3 is 15, and this is 10 plus 1, which is 11. This is 40 plus 1, which is 41, and 5 and 4 is 9. Now when I multiply by the 6, I start my answer underneath the 6. 3 times 6 is 18. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 1 is 49. And 6 times 1 is 6, plus 4 is 10. Now I'm going to add together my partial products. Now I have 2 decimal places in the first factor and 1 in the second factor. So I place my decimal point so that I'll have 3 decimal places in my product. When we multiply decimal by powers of 10, we can take a shortcut and move the decimal point to the right, the same number of decimal places as the number of zeros in the power of 10. So when I multiply a number times 100, I can take a shortcut, moving the decimal point 2 places to the right, 837.4. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. When you multiply by 10, you're still going to move your decimal point 1 place to the right. And here I'm going to move my decimal point 3 places to the right, which is going to require me to tack a 0 on the end in order for me to move 3 places to the right. When we look at circumference and area of a circle, we're going to look at the pi key. And if you locate the pi key in your calculator, you will see, let's turn it on. Okay, so when I hit the pi key in this calculator, it shows 3.141592654, and this goes forever, and it's called an irrational number. So pi is the relationship between the circumference and diameter of a circle. So when we're working with circles, we're going to use this pi key. And the formulas that we're going to look at are the area and circumference formulas. So area of a circle is pi times its radius squared, and the diameter of a circle is 2 times the radius. The radius is half the diameter. Circumference is pi times diameter. So let's take a look at what these are. So here's my circle, and the line segment drawn from the center of the circle to a point on the circle right here, this is called its radius. And if I take a line segment connecting 2 points on the circle and passing through the center, this is diameter. So you'll see that diameter is twice as long as the radius of a circle. So we'll use the circumference and area formulas with these circles to find area and circumference. So first let's start with circumference. So circumference is pi multiplied by the diameter. So this circle has a diameter of 10, so the circumference is going to be 10 times pi. The circumference of this circle, pi times diameter, recognize the radius is 3, so the diameter would be 6 because it's double, so the circumference would be 6 pi. Now let's look at the areas. The area is pi times r squared, which is pi times r times r. So if the diameter of the circle is 10, its radius is half of that, so it's 5. So the area is going to be 5 times 5, which is 25 pi. And the area of this circle is going to be pi times radius 3 times 3, so this area is going to be 9 pi. So let's use the calculator and we'll calculate these to the nearest tenth. So 10 pi, so I do 10, hit the pi key, equals, if you're using the TI 30XS multi-view, you'll have to hit, there's a toggle key you'll have to hit in order to display this. So to the nearest tenth, that's going to be 31 4/10, so 31.4. 25 pi is 78.5. Here I have 6 pi, which is 18.8. And finally I have 9 pi, which is 28.3. So circumference is the length or distance around a circle. So this would be 31.4 inches. And here we would have 18.8 inches. Now area is measured in square inches because 5 inches times 5 inches is 25 square inches. So your area is square units. This is 78.5 inches squared. And here it's pi times 3 inches times 3 inches. My answer is 28.3 square inches. So area is square units and circumference is linear units.